Hey guys, this is Jamie. So today we're going to be talking about how people make their coin on different social media platforms and the implications that come with it, and in general my opinion on it. So I guess the subject kind of sprung out to me on the fact that so you have Chef P with the pink sauce drama, which is kind of everywhere, and it made me think that not only we put our social not our social we put our lives on social media too much, but I feel like when I was talking to my partner, I made an analogy. I feel like we're trying to make what was once the American dream sort of um, social media dream, if you must. So we kind of tend to depend on different social media platforms, thinking that one of them will make us a millionaire, a billionaire, a trillionaire at this point. And we will rely on that up to the point that I feel like I'm not saying work on social media isn't work, but we do end up relying on it too much. So instead of having fun on social media, very often what we do is we think about the followers we have. We think about whether the post is reaching the audience and etc. And it's very rare that we see people who have like private accounts who share it literally just with their family or who are interested in something else. And I wanted to say that obviously it's very attractive because there is no like specific key to blow up on social media, so pretty much anyone can do it within reason. And the story of Chef P got me curious because if she was obviously catering and she was a chef who'd work for hire, and then she pretty much dunked her entire reputation on the pink sauce, made me think like obviously there are some risks which you should be willing to take for your job. There are risks which you shouldn't be taking for your job. But it was still a very interesting story, aside from the whole FDA thing, which really made me think like how much do we actually want to make it big on social media. And it was something I was thinking throughout the week. Like for instance, I still like write a lot, and I don't really advertise it that much these days. I'm quite happy with a sort of small audience. I get uncomfortable very often from comments because I'm very insecure. Um, but yeah, in general, I enjoy different models of my social media where they're self-sustained and I don't have to do a lot of interactions because I'm a very sort of awkward person. And because I'm a psychologist as well, well, soon to have a license. I obviously spend a lot of my time thinking about communication and communicating with patients and etc. And also volunteered for a few years. And in general, it feels really weird that we kind of put everything we have on the line for social media because obviously the world is going to be entering some crisis or recession. We have war happening. Everyone's kind of moving around a lot, like some people moving from the US. Obviously there's refugees from Ukraine, and in general everyone just wants to settle down, get some money. And obviously I'm very sort of trying to make it sound as if everyone has the same goals, but obviously a lot of people just want to be the next Kylie Jenner with her jet or whatever. While I just want stable incomes from different sources so I don't worry. So yeah. But it still raises a really interesting question that it's not that people don't want to work, it's that people want security in a way. And right now, like, we see who are the most rich people right now, and like what did they do. And obviously you see like the Kardashians or people who are social media like moguls or whatever. So it's more of a, no one really wants to become the next Zuckerberg. It's more like I want to become the next like Kylie Jenner or Kim K. And so it's really interesting. And obviously, like, there's a lot of issues with Zuckerberg. There's a lot of issues, like, I don't know, Apple, what's his name? Tim Cook and everyone else. So obviously, people feel like it's more relatable to compare themselves to someone who just sprung into fame. Not necessarily Kim K, but like if you look at the TikTok stars who don't come from very, very, very wealthy families. And then obviously TikTok has a massive influence on their lives. And it's really funny, like, I know it's a bit off topic, but like I went makeup shopping the other day, yesterday actually, and they were recommending me a gloss which I already have at home, and they were like, oh, you can try this gloss, it's like, it's the one that TikTok girls wear. And I'm like, I've been buying your brands before TikTok was even a thing. Like, I've been buying Kiko Milano for like, I don't know, maybe 10 years at this point. Anyway, so that was quite a funny interaction I had. I didn't say anything, I just like, nah, I have it at home, so. But yeah, it's really interesting. And how Instagram is also trying to become a TikTok, and everyone kind of tries to become the next big thing. And also there's a few videos floating around YouTube and the topic in general. People feel that media is becoming stale. But why is it becoming stale? It's not really becoming stale. It's just that in this process of trying to reach new heights, people get worn down. They feel like the formula they've tried before doesn't work. And I do understand it as a creator. Like, obviously, you just want to keep growing, I guess. And you have a certain goal which you want to reach. Sometimes maybe the goal is, again, like a jet like Kylie Jenner. In my case for YouTube, it's literally, I just want to get paid from this because I enjoy talking, I enjoy giving my opinion, and I enjoy being heard as an activist, so I'm not really going for the jet money. But obviously, when you're going for the jet money, you need to overwork, you need to constantly recreate yourself, you need to constantly be in the trends. And because that dream is a bit unachievable, you really need to jump through many hoops. So it becomes this sort of like American dream, which you can't really achieve, but it's achievable. But as a concept, it's not that easy. So it's really interesting. And I just find it even more because obviously there's that famous like quotes that kids these days, they'd rather be a celebrity rather than an astronaut. But that's because education is expensive. You need to have a background, so you need to have health for astronaut. While with TikTok, all you need to do is have some fun and know how to do jokes or dances, and that's it. And in general, it's not like I wouldn't say that we do not glorify labor, but in a way we don't really appreciate labor. So obviously people are like, oh, it's so good to be certain influencer because I don't do anything. I just take selfies. I promote, I don't know, some protein bars, and that's it. But if you look underneath all that, it's because we're burnt out because we don't have that many opportunities. And obviously it's a class struggle. And it's because we're not born into wealth, or because we're born in certain areas which are mostly poor, or obviously there's, again, I'm really white, I come from Eastern Europe, so please understand that my experiences are very sort of white dominated in post-Soviet countries which are not obviously very rich and full of white people. So obviously there's class struggle, there's nepotism, there's stuff like that. And what I wanted to say was that everyone just wants, because we're so burnt out from like trying all these different things, from getting our salaries, from trying to get abroad, from trying to just live paycheck to paycheck. Obviously we get tempted by doing something which will give us better results with less effort. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it does play with the fact that if we glorified labor more and people would obviously get paid enough, labor would be per se credited more. But at the same time, I understand that not everyone can do the same amount of labor. Not everyone can have access. There's a lot of, and I really like, even when I call myself like a communist in different aspects, I still understand that when I talk about it as an ideology, as an ideal state, more than anything. But even when we look at artists as well, like everyone kind of tries to blend in with what pays as well. So for instance, there's obviously a lot of people who use their art skills, for instance, on furry commissions because they pay more. And at the end of the day, then art gets diluted because no one really wants to see like a performance piece. There's not a lot of, in general, museums in general. And people don't go to performances, people don't have the money to go to performances. Performances aren't as interesting. And when you come across them on TikTok or like on YouTube, they still have to like fit in this format. So in a way, like I remember there was this quote ages ago that like with Instagram, everyone becomes a photographer. But right now, it's become that question where it's not a bad thing that everyone has the means for it. But we're all sort of kind of boxed in into this specific sort of thing which works. And because we all want to be successful, we push our art to the side. And our dreams, in a way, we sort of box them as well to give out this product which should feed us. So yeah, so it's quite gloomy actually. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope this gave you some food for thought. Yeah, please, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you want to discuss something, please comment. If you want to reach out to me on Twitter, buy me a coffee, whatever, I'm always up for it. And yeah, please subscribe because I'm really trying to get at least some coin from this, because I feel like I deserve a bit of coin from YouTube after all these years. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.